Hello YouTube, this is another rolling review and I am Wheelchair21. On today's rolling review, it is not Arms Change Series 11 because this isn't even his final form. It is Arm Change Series 13, Kamen Rider Gaim, Kiwami Arms. Yeah, he had a form under a form, similar to Agito, which was unlocked with the special ability of the Kiwami lock and the special Kiwami port. This one is awesome. It's not as cool as Kachidoki, straight up, but honestly, it's fine enough. AC-13 Kiwami Arms now has one of the weirdest abilities in the toy line. It has an actual cast-off feature to, in a sense, resemble its ability of its Henshin in the show. It actually shows a clear version of Kachidoki Arms that covers it and coats it, and the clear plastic looks cool. I mean, it doesn't really look like the Kachidoki that much because of how it has to explode off. Because the backpack here is a spring gimmick launcher, where when you rotate it, it will actually fire off the armaments. And it actually shoots off pretty nicely, but the way to lock it back in place, you have to keep twisting the thing to lock the mechanism in a certain position to make sure the armor stays on the figure. And to display it firing off, I will put it to an aside, and let's see this thing fire off. Hopefully it fires off nice. Oh, here we go. First part. Second part. And that's one of the coolest features. Honestly, I think it's interesting. It goes probably 3 to 4 inches away from the figure when launching. It pulls off easily, plugs right into the back of the cape, which has a little attachment piece. The cape can actually come off, which all you gotta do is just pull off the top part here to help loosen it up, and then you actually just pull out the cape straight from the back. Leaves a giant gap, but this gap is so you can actually put on other arms from previous figures, even though in the show it doesn't need to do that whatsoever because it is Gaim's strongest form. Now once the actual Kachidoki cast-off pieces have been removed from the figure, you can see it's kind of a bland gray, not as white as it seems in the show. And I think it's just how the plastic is molded and made. I mean, the figure does have some grays, it has some silver. It's mostly, I believe, the armor has a silver tint, the rest is supposed to be a clear white. Not as dark as the plastic came out. But the one thing I love and hate about the actual chest piece is the fruit basket gimmick. I don't think it looks very appealing, but I think if all the fruit would have been black and gold, rather than their actual natural colors, it would have made more sense for the actual armored suit itself. I feel like if this is released as a figure art, which it most likely will be, it'll look a whole lot nicer. I'm not really a fan of the armor that it's based upon, nor do I like the helmet. I don't like this conehead helmet that much. I'm okay with it being fours because it's a rocket ship. This one, well, I'm not going to say what it reminds me of, but Otaku Gangster will probably know what I'm saying, because that was the first initial things that both he and I idly joked about the actual pointy helmet. The belt, as you can see, it pretty much does what most of the Arms Change figures have. Does not have any painted in features, and not many accessories are noticeable. Some of it is actually grooved and engraved slightly to replicate the deluxe locks or the actual show accurate locks, but that's about it. The points of articulation practically remain the same on this figure, as well as it comes with the same accessories that Kachidoki came with, of the DJ gun and the DJ gun combined with the Muso saber. However, it is now, instead of black, white plastic with the orange trimming to replicate the blade and the actual scratch disc area of the DJ pad. They both can fit into the actual hand of the figure, and it uses the same old joints as Sokatsu Henshin, so it may not hold exactly tight. There you go. Practically an easy fit. It's actually holding a little bit nicer than Kachidoki because its joints are freshly out of the package and a little bit fresher and tighter. Anyways, let's get down to evaluation time. Well, first off, even though this is Gaim's final form, I do not really like the design overall. I got it because I actually just had the extra money that I could, just barely fit it into my monthly order. I'm not really a fan of the form, but I'm a fan of all the abilities it has in the show of being able to summon and use a lot of the other arms weapons. It actually makes this figure a lot cooler when displaying him with other weapons such as Zangetsu's shield, or Baron's mango mace, or Baron's actual banana spear. I really enjoy those a lot more than just having him with these weird white versions of the DJ gun. I feel like that was an easy cop-out because they were just using the same plastic mold to just recreate it with the same plastic coloring because it would look different. Heck, at first, when a lot of people saw the initial scans of the toy and not it holding the gun or the Muso or DJ gun in saber form, a lot of people actually thought it would convert into a special white color, meaning does that mean there would be a white limited release? But that was debunked as scans further came out. Honestly, I'm glad it still has the ability to wear arms of other characters and other riders. Do I actually want to display it in other forms? No. I think it's just what it's supposed to be, one static full piece that actually evolves from another form. It shouldn't actually have other arms on top of it. Would it seem interesting? Probably. Am I going to display it like that? Like I said, no. Do I think people want this figure? Yes, probably, because the figure art has not been announced. The Arms Change series is really popular. But, I mean, there's a give and take. The figure art will look 10 times better and look more like the actual suit. But this one here is more for the playability and swapability that the Arms Change series has. That's the pros and the cons, is each has a good aspect and each has a better aspect. Me, I just got it because, hey, it goes nice with all the other ones, and I don't really intend to buy the figure art right off the bat. Where can you get this figure? You can find it at CS Toys, HobbyLink Japan, Hobby Search, and I think maybe Big Bad Toy Store actually got a small stock of this. You can also find or ask a middleman, like Rider Proxy. Anyways, this has been the rolling review for Arms Change 13 Kamen Rider Gaim Kiwami Arms. Honestly, I hope you liked this review, and if you didn't like it, write in the comments. Tell me what you liked, tell me what you didn't like. You can find me here on YouTube, Hirotaku, on Twitter, Instagram, and Raijo Nihon. And we'll see you next time.